Hey you guys, it's your girl Kia all up in the building, all up on your screen. And don't I look very executive, very professional in this setting? Like I'm about to read a book to you guys. I'm not. We really about to talk about some ratchetness. We really are about to talk about some ratchetness. I'm just in a very beautiful looking place. But yeah. So there is a video going around on the intranet. As always, you can always find things you're not looking for on the internet, right? Right. This just magically was in my, what is it called? Recommendation section of YouTube. And this girl pretty much showed a video of some couple. Listen, it's a mess, darling. I guess it's some couple that probably met online and they were supposed to be meeting up with one another for the first time, right? So sis, I guess she thought she had a big bowl of shot cola, okay? Because apparently he flew her out to see him. You already know where this is going, okay? You already know where this is going. So apparently, push come to shove, and listen, sir didn't get what he wanted, what he paid for. Sir didn't get what he paid for, and so since he didn't get what we gonna call it, kibbles and bits. That might be really bad to say. Since he didn't get the kibbles and bits, y'all, he pretty much just abandoned her at the airport, and she didn't bring or have empty money with her to pay for a flight. So in the video, they pretty much show them arguing in the car, going back and forth and back and forth. And she's like, well, just send me my, what is it called? The number you get when you get an airline ticket. I can't even think of it now. Anyway, she was asking for that. And he's like, I ain't paying for that, baby girl. You ain't give up no kibbles and bits. What did you think this was? You thought this was a good time at my expense? Yeah. It's the mess for me. I'm confused though, because there's no way in the son of it. Replacement for heat, you can fill in the blanks. There's no way in the son of it that I am going to fly out to meet someone with no money in my account in case push comes to shove. First of all, I'm not flying out to meet anyone. I already told you guys how I feel about that type of stuff and how I am as a person. There is no way that I would be sitting there in my mind like, okay, I'm about to get flown out and think that he just don't expect nothing. What did you thought? What boo-boo the fool did you think that you had to where men is just flying you out for your conversation? What made you think you were that special? I do think I'm very special and I have excellent conversation to bring to the table. Don't be fooled. However, would a man pay for me to come where he is for it? Absolutely not. I'm not stupid enough for that. Okay, let's be real. You wouldn't think it, sis. You had a brain fart that lasted for a couple days, maybe even some weeks, where you thought that you could just have this man flying you out. He was probably buying the dinners, buying the breakfasts, doing it up, and you're like, oh, I done found me the one, sis. He taking care of this. And then, because you're not ready, this was you guys' first meeting. He's like, well, I done did all of this here. The bedroom is next door. What? Lead the way. Lead the way. Like, girl. First things first, though. Let's address this. That is very unsafe. Okay, to put yourself in a predicament like that is extremely unsafe, and you don't have anyone there where he's at. And the fact that you already knew probably that you weren't going to give him any, you just wanted to get a trip out of him. Like, that is the most unsafe thinking you could think of, because he could have been one of them dudes that wasn't just, dropping you off at the airport, leaving you stranded. He could have been one of them ones that was like, I did this here and I did this here. Oh, you don't want to give me none? You gonna give it to me one way or the other. Like, let's be real. So the fact that she thought that she could get away, I would be scared for my life from jump. From jump. That's why even with dates and stuff, like when you go out and you're going to meet people, you know, even in a relationship, when I was in a long-term relationship with somebody and I felt safe, but still, if you guys linked up and you had an argument or a disagreement while you were out, like I always enjoyed the fact that I could hop in my own car at the end of the night. Like, I don't want anybody coming to pick me up to take me out on the date. I will meet you where we're going, okay? Because you're not leaving me stranded. I am not about to be fighting for my life, with nothing. Like, sis, nowadays you got to think 20 steps ahead of these men, okay? Same thing, you might have to think 20 steps ahead with these women too, because women is, they a mess too out here. They are mess too. But that is like the very first thing. The second thing is, sis, where's your money at? Where is your money at? How were you not prepared? Because you can't, like, literally, I feel like at this point, every woman knows how the game plays. It's terrible that it's like that. It really, really is. And, there are some nice guys that'll be like, okay, respectful and stuff like that. But for most case scenarios, if a man is flying you out to Timbuktu, taking you out to dinner, there's something more on his brain than just talking to you. Like I said, I want to know what you guys were talking about on the phone this whole time. Were you leading him on and got played? Like, it don't make sense. You should really, now that I think about the scary cases that actually go wrong in the world, you are recording the video of this guy and you're trying to make him look bad. Like, oh, he's a deadbeat. Oh, how dare he not drop me? Or how dare he not pay for my plane ticket back? He paid for me to come out here. Sis, you need to be grateful that you are still breathing. You need to be thankful that he just dropped you off at the airport, because you're somewhere where you've never been. He could have just dropped you off in the middle of an alley somewhere. Let's be for real, okay? You got the bare minimum of what could have happened, but it's still crazy. Ladies, listen, you gotta be smarter than that. You gotta be safer than that. You gotta be prepared, okay? And if you're gonna do stuff like this, you need to make sure that you know where you're going, that you at least have a clue. Push come to shove, what is my emergency game plan? Like always, what is my game plan? What is the emergency looking like? Okay, push come to shove, I meet him, he catfish me. What do I got? Do I have my taser? Do I have my pepper spray? Do I have money in the account to get back home? Do I have people's numbers memorized in my head that I can call? That's something I think we need to work on too. I think we need to go back to remembering or memorizing people's phone numbers, because outside of my mama and my own number, it's one more person's number I know. Jesus. I need to memorize people's numbers again, because that is also a safety hazard, I feel like, and a safety technique and a safety net. Because it's crazy that now, literally, if we don't have our phone, we freak out because we haven't memorized anybody's numbers. So that's definitely something I'm trying to work on. But listen, I don't know what baby girl was thinking, but I really do hope that she learned her lesson. And I really hope that she doesn't think that recording the situation that happened is working out in her favor, because we are looking at you like, girl, what is wrong with you? Now, granted, it's gonna be some people like, oh, he should have paid. Okay, if he was a gentleman, he would, but clearly that's not what you was working with here, and clearly you should have made sure that you had yourself covered. So now you just spending the night at the airport trying to figure out something. That is, if you ain't had the money to get there, why did you go? Why did you go? Now, granted, I've been on a couple of trips where the money was slim. Slim pickings with glickings. But it wasn't like I was going out by myself to nothingness. Like, and I didn't have nobody knowing where I was and stuff like that. And I wasn't meeting up with no dudes or nothing like that. So, I mean, I just couldn't imagine not having no money and meeting a stranger for the first time and expecting him to pay for everything. And I know for a fact, because she's known from the beginning that she wasn't giving him none, okay? This wasn't nothing brand new. She didn't just wake up that morning like, oh, you're really ugly. I mean, she could have. Then again, she could have woke up and looked and be like, oh, baby, you ain't looking how I thought you was looking. But still, you put yourself in that situation. So that's just craziness. Ladies, what do you think? Do you really think a fairy tale like that is gonna happen for you? A man gonna fly you out and do this and that? You better be messing with a billionaire of some sort if you think that. And even then, they probably gonna do the same thing. Well, they probably might not let you leave. They probably might not let you leave. You could have got human traffic, sis. Anything. I can't. She just better be glad he left her at the airport and move on with your life, sis. Because he blocking you, you block him. I hope you get home. I hope you figure out something. Cause sis. Now maybe she did this to get GoFundMe money. She could have, which would make sense, so that she's able to go back home. But that ain't worth it. We gotta come stronger than that, baby. You gotta come smarter than that. But yeah, what do y'all think? Y'all with me? Or y'all with her? Y'all like, girl, you should pay for my ticket to go back. Cause I'm like, sis, I wouldn't have went to begin with. That's just how I feel, especially nowadays. Like, listen, I would rather, it's very cute, it's very old school for a man to come pick you up and take you out on a date. But sis, let it be some dates before you do that. But until, about the 5th date, take your own car, okay? Unless you're willing to do what you want to do, whatever. Listen, I just don't trust people like that no more. I hear in these streets, because I ain't seen too much stuff on the internet. The internet will keep you indoors. You realize that? It'll keep you in your house. Doors locked, windows closed. But no, you really got to be smart about stuff like that, because that I don't know what brain cells she was using for that, because it didn't kick in. It didn't work. But yeah, I was just curious what y'all thought about it. If y'all seen it, what do you think? Because girl, they trying to make it viral, and I'm like, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, because it's stupidity at its finest. But that's just me. But yeah, all right, I'm about to get back to lunch because I'm on my lunch break, and I saw this and I want to talk to y'all about it and see what you felt. I'm about to eat lunch. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys later. Bye.